the Bowels of Netflix, where your fearless co-hosts Isaac and Larry force each other to watch the worst pieces of shit on Netflix. We will go over every bad edit, all the broken dialogue, all the wooden acting, and laugh along the way, because this is the Bowels of Netflix! Alright, welcome to the Bowels of Netflix. I'm Isaac, and with me as always is Larry. How's it going this week, Larry?
I feel like my prom has been fucked.
Your prom has been fucked. I'm curious what that exactly means, but I guess we'll find out.
It's a lot of stretching and, you walk funny, gouging, whole thing.
The dick was too big for your tight little hole?
Whoa! Whoa! First of all, hi. I didn't have a joke. I thought I did. I stood I sat here with my mouth agape pointing at the microphone, and I had no joke.
Yeah, you're too busy focused on your prolapsed anus. But anyway, we are the Bowels of Netflix, and in case you're just getting started, what we like to do is subject each other to the worst movies on Netflix because we're sadomasochistic lovers. So this week, I have forced Larry to watch the worst movie I could find, and next week it is my turn to suffer, and he found possibly an even worse movie for me, but we'll find out.
I'm really hoping that's how it pans out, because I got a lot of money riding on that.
That movie, in the cards, it looks bad. It looks really bad. We'll see how it goes.
I can't wait.
We do exist on the internet. There's the Facebook and the Twitter. Those are both at Bowels of Netflix. You could poke us or jibber jab us or twiddle us or whatever it is.
Please don't twiddle me without permission.
You gave permission when you came on this podcast. That's how it works.
Prolapsed anus is not yes.
Look, the body has a way of shutting these things down. Anyway,
prolapse isn't consent.
Prolapse isn't consent.
Hashtag.
Oh my god. What do you do with a prolapsed anus? You just wrap it around and have at it?
I'm gonna vomit. By the way, just in the spirit of this movie that I'm going to be reviewing, as part of the drops, can you add as much teen nonsense lingo into it as you can? Hashtag upskirt. No, that's not what. Whoa, what the fuck?
Hashtag upskirt. Yeah.
That was stream of consciousness. I did not break that joke. It says a lot about me, actually.
We'll see what saucy things we can pull from your review today. But if you want to write in, it's bowelsofnetflix@gmail.com. You could share some thoughts, share some bad movies on Netflix we might want to look at. And if you have something really interesting to say, we might read it on the air. So there's always that. But this week, Larry, what movie did you have to watch?
I had to watch a movie that came out in December of last year, so not long ago.
So it's fresh. So all the lingo is hip, I guess.
It's on fleek, as the kids would say. On
fleek? I'm not familiar with that. I think I'm getting old, Larry.
It's on fleek, which, as I'm led to understand, is... I actually don't know what it translates to. I know what it means in context, but not what it...
More or less... is cool, right? Basically,
I guess, but cool is still lingo too. What would Webster's put on fleek as?
It's like da bomb was basically cool. Just I don't know.
Hold on,
a little more urban.
We're in our 40s. I can't tell.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, listeners, I think we aged ourselves in the last few episodes. If this is your first episode, when you get to the end, write us in and let us know how old you think we are.
Yeah,
just based on our commentary today.
The answer may surprise you. But yeah, 14. No. So I got off track, as will happen a lot because there's a lot to discuss. But the movie I did is a 2017 movie called F the Prom. And that is F, the letter F, not EFF, although those in this context mean the same thing. F as in, fuck.
So they're not happy with the prom.
No, they're not happy with the prom. If you want to pull up the movie cover on the internet, that's the thing. Whoa, boy, where do I live? The internet, that's right. To take a look at it, you can see our protagonists / antagonists / well, every child is an antagonist to me, so you can see that they are all performing a rude hand gesture that is being blocked by emojis, which are small little face sort of sticker things that you can use on your cellular device to indicate joy and discontent and rapturousness and other such emotions when you're
rapturousness
discussing, things with your companions, like the bourgeoisie and et cetera, et cetera.
What would the emoji be for the bourgeoisie?
I assume like
just a really happy face.
Wouldn't it be like a gold bar? Can you get? Is it like a golden pile of poop? Because
is there
golden shits? Is that not
a smiley face with money signs for eyes?
Oh, there's like 50 of those, aren't there?
I don't know.
I heavily researched emojis to do this review, and I didn't do that. I did not do any of that. I asked.
Well, there's a chance you might have to research some emojis sometime down the line. We'll see.
Fuck the prom and you. All right, so Rotten Tomatoes. We do not have a tomato meter critical score, so I got cheated out of that twice because it gives me pieces of shit.
So no reviewers deigned to watch this piece of crap, huh?
Not yet. I'm not sure. It says there's. I think 2 did here, but
that's
it's
not enough for the official score.
And
gotcha.
One of them has been added since I watched it the first time.
Right. I keep forgetting how fresh this one is. Just came out of the can.
Not that, and I don't know if that was straight onto Netflix. I assume it was based on who made it, which we'll talk about shortly. But
Johnny Netflix, famed director.
I don't know why, but in my head the Hawaii Five-0 theme started playing. It's Johnny Netflix.
It's a good name for an 80s cop.
Well, since there's only 2 critical reviews, I'll read them because they're short and on Rotten Tomatoes. They're both. Are
they on fleek?
No, they're not.
Oh,
they're
no?
rotten.
Oh.
We have Roger Moore from Movie Nation saying not awful, not as edgy, not awful, but not as edgy, not as funny, not as cute as those who made it think it is. That's fairly close to accurate. His rating is 1.5 out of 4. I think that's fairly accurate. And we have Barbara Schulgasser from Common Sense Media, and it's a fucking reputable source, I'm sure. Bullied kids get revenge, sex, violence, cursing. There's one of those things, a little bit.
Okay. That's a detailed review.
It's really not. There's a full review, but I'm not looking at it because fuck that.
Okay.
It's like actual work. So, yeah, anyway, sorry. Audience score, 35% for F the Prom. Now, on IMDb, it is F, and then, symbols to indicate the word, the prom.
Ampersand, $, exclamation mark, what have you.
That's correct. And we got a 4.8 out of 10 stars, so a little less than half. I think that might be the worst one reviewed on IMDb so far, I think, ratings-wise.
Well, wait till next week, Larry.
I think White Chicks was like in the 5s. Grand Masti was in the 5s. I think yours were like in the 6s, weren't they? Your first one, South Central. Was
it was 6.6. It's weird because it depends what the audience who's going to watch it or is going to be enticed by it actually thinks of it. Mm-hmm. So something like Don't Be a Menace to South Central, people kind of knew what they were getting in for.
Right. I mean, take one look at the cover of this movie, you know exactly what the fuck you're getting. There's no surprises in this. It's like there's 1/3 of a surprise in this right at the end. But the people who created this are known as the Fine Brothers. Are you familiar?
Descendants of Larry Fine?
I want to scoff and say no, but I don't actually know if that's correct or not.
Do they have curly hair?
I mean, because I made a similar joke. I don't know what they look like. Funny enough, I made a similar joke about a girl once who had the last name of Burton, and I made a joke about her being LeVar Burton's daughter. She was. So I've learned my lesson about that, about calling out people's
Wait, really?
heritage. Yeah. Mika Burton, she's in Rooster Teeth, which is you're familiar with them. They're like a popular online video company. Well, anyway, in the similar vein, the Fine Brothers also got their fame on YouTube. Isaac, I'm pretty sure you've at least heard of this. And for you, the listener, I'm guessing our target audience has probably, again, at least heard of it. They sort of made popular the React trend, if you're familiar, where they will put various different groups of people of different genders, age groups, I assume races, but maybe I'm just a racist, in front of a camera, and then show them typically a YouTube video or a movie or some nonsense, and they react to it and they film it. And then this is somehow in some fucking universe that's entertainment. I think it's the dumbest thing in the world.
Is that where they like isolate people into stereotypes, like the typical black people reaction to magic tricks?
I don't know if that was them, but I know that's a very popular one, and that's also, I will admit very racistly that's fucking hilarious.
If you just watch the David Blaine magic special from 20 years ago that's super famous, it's night and day, the reaction. It just is.
It really
Dozens
is.
of times over. It's a pretty big sample size. And it doesn't say anything good or bad about either race. They just react differently to magic tricks.
For sure.
That is a fact of the world.
But see, that's more of like a man on the street thing, right? Like the Fine Brothers, what their whole bit is, we have a camera trained at a desk. You sit at the desk. We show you the video. The camera's trained on their face, and we like see the video in the corner. I had a friend of mine who I play D&D with. He's a younger guy. He's 16. House of Death. Shout out Junior Detective House of Death, who I sent after helping me find some videos, because I had seen these guys in passing, but I'd never watched any of their crap. And I asked him to find me what he thought the best 2 videos were. And I did, and they're like 4 years old, and they're awful. So, not a knock on him. He's my friend. He did a good job. But, no.
Sounds like a terrible idea for even a YouTube series.
I mean, like, I can imagine if I watched, like, 10 of these videos, there might be a couple of things that made me chuckle. But really, it'd probably just have to be from people with very big personalities who will react to things in a very funny way. Like, I don't inherently, personally, I don't see the value in that. And this is the old man in me talking, I'm sure. And just watching people react to stuff. You'd
have to record 100 of them and pick the best 3.
And there doesn't really seem to be, like, it's not like the Twitch phenomenon, which is super popular, where people, watch people do stuff live. There's no interaction. You're just watching people watch stuff. I don't know. I think it was a lot more popular back in the day. But anyway, these Fine Brothers, and we'll get to the movie. I swear, this is still a movie podcast. A couple of years ago, I want to say 2015 or 2016, don't quote me, they got into a big controversy because they tried to patent the word react in relation to that whole business model they had.
Wow.
And people did not take well to that. So
yeah, that's a stretch.
They lost a bunch of subscribers, and of course they got them all back because I don't know. I really struggle to understand the YouTube business model. Not in an old man way that I think it's dumb. I think it's incredible. I struggle to understand how people make it work. That's where my disconnect is. So these and it's 2 of them. They're Benny and Rafi Fine, and they wrote this movie, F the Prom. And when I asked my friend Junior Detective House of Death and my other D&D friends, who they're a little more internet entertainment culture savvy than I am, these guys make based at teen younger age group entertainment. The kind of stuff I like on YouTube is like aimed at adults. Even when I was younger, I don't know. It's not really. This is
how to undo your pants in less than 3 minutes.
Yeah, I like to watch like goth kids making out, and you're not really sure what the gender of them are. So you're kind of like you got your dick in your hand. And you're like, I'm jerking off to something. I don't know what it is. But no. So these guys they make entertainment that's really heavily based towards teens and towards a specific age group. Sorry, this is the thing that happens.
Stroked out there.
The thing that happens to me sometimes. And 5 minutes into this movie, you can see that's the case. It's not meant for me. Perfect Sisters, which is about teens, which you watched last week, and I'm delighted by how much you hated it. I mean, that was the worst. Probably still meant for adults to get not ascertain. What's the word I'm looking for? Help me out here. You're the smart one.
To
derive,
become suicidal.
Thank you, Isaac. Derive some sort of like entertainment value out of. Whereas this is like a movie. Imagine if people were babies until they were like 16, 17, and then like this would be what you would put on as the equivalent of Barney to keep them distracted. Because it's not really for anyone else. It's not for people younger. It's not for people older. It's pretty much just for that. It's also
niche market,
kind of for fans of a very particular 90s sitcom, but we'll get to that.
Okay.
So yeah, F the Prom. As obviously I said, it's fuck the prom. So okay, fine, brothers. So in lieu of doing the whole ask you about the plot and the themes, that's not really going anywhere. But in this particular case, I have something better. I have a lot. The main characters in our movie here, the main characters and like their subordinates, each have a particular nickname. And I want to give you the nickname, and I want you to guess what you think the nickname means, just based purely on the nickname, because I think it'll be fascinating.
Okay.
So
alrighty.
We're going to start real easy. One of the people is named Sweaty.
Sweaty.
Would you like to guess how he got the nickname Sweaty?
I would imagine in gym class, he became very sweaty playing dodgeball or what have you.
So Sweaty, is your guess.
Yes.
Okay. Believe it or not, you're right. Sweaty is sweaty.
Ooh.
That's his gimmick.
All right.
He sweats.
I'm
not going to tell you. That was the only giveaway. I'm not going to tell you the other ones if you're right. I'm going to let you believe what you believe. So we're going to go on to next is Muty. How did Muty get his nickname?
Muty.
Mm-hmm.
Is cell phones always on mute?
Cell phone always on mute. Okay, this is already turning out exactly how I'd hoped. Now we have, going in order of what I think will be difficult for you. I think you might get this one, even though I didn't. I had to have it explained to me by the internet. Tig.
Tig.
Mm-hmm.
Really likes Tigger from Winnie the Pooh.
Okay. Now we have Stuffs.
Stuffs. The fat guy stuffs his face with Twinkies all the time.
Face with Twinkies. Now we have Tidy. And I will give you a slight hint that Tidy is our hero.
He wears tidy whities.
Yeah.
Probably gets a wedgie.
I mixed that one up. I should have did that one earlier. I missed that one. And now, what will certainly be the most difficult, but I still think you have a decent chance of getting just because we know each other. We have TJ. And I will give you another hint. TJ does not stand for anything.
Oh, because I was going to say the juice, and then he murdered his wife.
Special
TJ
guest star
stand
O.J. Simpson.
Right, yeah, not 2017
kids,
high school
O.J.
comedy.
Simpson was a guy who murdered... He was the first celebrity to get really famous for murdering his wife, and the court case was a big sensation.
It's a pretty interesting story.
Have you figured out how old we are yet?
You go get your Encyclopedia Britannica and look up O.J. Simpson.
That's right. You know, we got one of those from a door-to-door salesman.
Oh, wow.
That's
not
kidding.
Back in the 70s or something, right?
I remember I was very young.
To have that.
I was very young when we got it. And then years later, when I asked my mother about it, she's like, I'm still not sure why I bought that. So, TJ.
It doesn't stand for anything?
It doesn't stand for anything. TJ, I'll give you... TJ is not a nickname. TJ is his name, and they give a specific... Some people don't get nicknames. So I want you to guess, in lieu of that, what TJ's gimmick might be. Now, put in mind the other gimmicks you think we have here. We've got... And I'm gonna list off what you have here. We have Sweaty, who is sweaty. Muty, cell phone always on mute. Tig, likes Tigger from Winnie the Pooh. Stuffs is a fat guy who stuffs his face with Twinkies. And Tidy wears tidy whities. Now, what is that team missing?
The boring guy who doesn't deserve a nickname? That's all I got for you, I think.
Okay, that's fine. I have a bit for this. No problem.
I'm very curious what the actual answers are.
You're pretty far off on all except the obvious ones. Oh, yeah.
Well, I know Tigger doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but...
No, you're going to be mad you got that one wrong.
Oh, damn it.
So, yeah, and like I said before, this movie, I don't know really who this movie is for besides a very specific group of people, and even then, I'm not sure what entertainment they're supposed to derive out of it. Like, you watch horror movies because you want to see, popular people get murdered and women get slashed up. I assume. I don't like horror movies, so that's what my assumption is based on what people have told me. You watch disaster movies because you like to watch humans get, slaughtered. You watch comedies.
Just make a note here. Larry does not like horror movies.
I do not.
Right.
You didn't need to take a note of that. You've known me for like 12 years. You know that that's the case.
I just got to tease those listeners. Got to just tease the balls a little.
Yeah, that's going to be a fucking birthday present for me or something, I'm sure. Thankfully, my birthday is next door to Christmas, so I think I'm going to be able to squeak away from that one.
Find a horror Christmas movie.
Fuck
all right.
The Prom and fuck you. All right, so film opens up with our hero Cole. He's heading off for his first day of high school. His father laments that he himself cannot go back to high school as he is an adult with what I assume has responsibilities. He's always in a suit. We never know what he does. They live in a very nice house. We'll get to that later. He gives Cole a speech that he's given before because Cole starts echoing it midway through. And Dad said he was the star quarterback, he was the prom king, he was the class VP, blah, blah, blah. And he wishes he had a chance to do it all over again. Now, let's talk about high school, Isaac. Tell me a little bit about your high school experience.
Well, I was super popular. I was quarterback on the football team. I got so much pussy I almost drowned, and none of those things happened.
I remember that's actually how we met. Was I pulled you out of just a pile of pussy. Just you were. I gave you with these big hands of life. I resuscitated you. I dove in and took your place.
Unfortunately, it was the gym teacher, Miss Bass, and she was as girthy as that name sounds.
Miss Bass. Oh, and yes, listeners, since I'm trying to be as young as possible to fit in with this review, he is indeed all about that bass. So, no, for real though. So I'm going to talk about my high school experience. I came into my high school, and then I got her a towel. No, fuck, goddammit. This movie's so long. I don't know why I'm already doing bits. No, I came into high school as a new to the district entirely. I knew one person who I had met once, like 5 years ago. By the time I left, I was the prom king. I was not popular. I was fat. I didn't know how to shave. I watched shitty anime. I watched bad movies. I had friends who were losers. I'm just a nice guy, despite what I come off of at the show, and I made a lot of friends. Most people in high school are generally pretty decent, and I didn't. It was more like elementary school and middle school that I had the whole bullying issue, and it wasn't that I got any less caring about that sort of thing. No, I'm still a wreck. If someone insults me down the street, that ruins my whole day because I can't stop thinking about it. So it's not like I matured any. No, I'm still an awful piece of shit, and I'm going to die alone. But
yeah, that's what I found in high school too. There really wasn't any bullying. There were some people who were assholes, but they were assholes to everybody. And most of the popular kids were popular, and you knew they were more popular than you. But they were all nice and didn't bother you.
Yeah, they were generally
they'd still be friendly. Yeah,
I don't know if it's just where you and I went to high school. Most of them are high as shit. The time that I knew them, but no, people were generally pretty friendly. There wasn't like a whole lot of clique thing. There is a funny story I'll tell maybe later, maybe another time about because I was also prom prince, which is the 11th grade version.
I never heard of that one.
Really? Well, I guess I'll tell it quick.
Yeah,
I was prom prince, which I dreaded going into. It was also my first date with a girl at the time, and I mean my first date with her and my first actual date. And I had asked her 2 weeks prior and was terrified about it. And then I was on prom court with a bunch of popular kids who I knew but didn't know very well, and I got elected king. Because you elect kings, whatever. And the girl who was not king, prince. Sorry, this is fucking junior year. I was elected prince, and the girl who was elected princess, I had never met her before, but she was apparently super popular. And apparently, I was told this later, she was so pissed off that her rich, popular boyfriend wasn't elected, and that I was, that she went and sat down and folded her arms and left me standing up there like a jackass. To the point where in the school the next day, that's all everyone talked about. And I know that entirely secondhand because I didn't give a shit because I don't care about any of that. I didn't care then. I don't care now.
Still, though, what a bitch.
It's a funny story, though. And yeah, I'm a nerd. I'm doing this fucking movie podcast. I fucking play video games and scratch my balls.
Turning down
I'm about
all
to take
the
off my
pussy and all the
pants on
parties.
camera right now. And not on camera. Fucking, there's no cameras, you idiot. Just a microphone.
Taking
off
loudly.
my pants. It's very hot in here.
What kind of underwear are we wearing?
I don't know, something cheap. Whatever was cheap.
Boxers, briefs, boxer briefs.
What's the difference between what's boxer briefs?
Boxer briefs are long like boxers, but tight on the leg.
Okay, I have those, but I'm not wearing those. These are just straight up boxers. These are actually pretty old. They're kind of holy, and not by blessed by a priest. Holy, holy as in like I should probably buy new boxers. So yeah, popularity in high school was like a thing that existed for me and you. But nobody cared. Nobody really cared. I mean, and those people were popular because they were rich. And they had parties where they were drugs
extremely good looking.
Yeah, or that. It's usually a combination of both. Mm-hmm. And like, it was all, everybody just wanted to fucking drink and smoke weed. And when I was in school, shoot heroin for some reason.
Yeah, it started a little after I was there. There's some weird stuff.
Yeah, a couple of kids in my grade died of heroin overdoses, and several more in my sister who's 7 years younger than me, and many more in her grade.
Heroin's fucked up.
Yeah, so the whole glory days thing with high school, to me, seems like a really played out trope in 2017. Like, I imagine in 2015, when you got guys in their 30s still walking around in their football bomber jackets, and that's not a bomber jacket. It's a Letterman jacket. There we go. Okay. Sort of like you get like the old trope of like the jock and the cheerleader at the drive-in and the werewolf eats him. He's in his fucking Letterman jacket. I don't think that really applies anymore. But
no, it's dated.
That concept is integral to this movie. So I don't know. Just kind of put yourself in that frame of mind that being popular matters, and also that's all tied to Instagram too. We'll get to that. And in this spirit, Dad's parting words to Cole. I am still talking about a movie. As Cole is leaving, his parting words are, "Be popular. It's the best," which I have decidedly mixed feelings about.
Sage advice from Dad.
Oh my God, you don't have any clue the fucking journey Dad's going to take you on. Just fucking buckle up. So Cole heads over to his neighbor Maddie's house. She's a cute brunette girl, and at this point in time, it's the same actors and actresses, but I think they're supposed to be freshmen, so pretend I didn't say cute. They're heading out on their bikes for their first day of high school. Dad shouts over to Cole to stop trying to peek at Maddie's nipples, which leads me to an interesting question. Don't even. It's not even. Don't let that one slide right by, because it gets worse. Leads me to an interesting question about training bras that I know you know the answer to.
Well,
when do girls start wearing training bras?
It depends when they start flowering, I guess.
Okay, you went to school. I went to fucking community college. I didn't learn about that.
It's whenever their boobs start being a thing. Is that like pendulous nature? I'd say.
I'm not trying to do a bit. I'm legitimately trying to figure this out.
Anywhere from 9 to 16, honestly.
Okay. Because I didn't look at the underage girl's chest to determine whether or not that was,
You got to do the hard research, Larry.
I don't like how you say hard research. But no, I didn't really examine anyone's physical traits in this because they are meant to be high schoolers, and I'm older, and it's weird, and I don't want to do that because I don't know how old the actors are, so I don't want to do it.
That's why I always look it up beforehand. I'm like, oh, phew, I'm in the clear.
And then furiously masturbating. Seriously, he leaves his microphone on, and I just get calls at work that are just all kinds of fucking noise. So anyway, I don't know if she had her nipples out. I don't think so. I don't know why he would say specifically her nipples. If I'm looking at a woman, I want to see the whole breast. If she's a woman of age and of consent.
A nipple in isolation is of no value. Like, no, just a nipple, small circle.
Right. I mean, if you cut an exactly nipple-sized hole out of your shirts and just walked around like that, I would probably be turned off. Because it'd be odd. It'd be odd. You need to have the entire breast.
So Dad's a creeper.
It's weird. It's just, I don't like it. I don't like how he said nipples. Boobs, I would have just not even, I probably even wrote it down. So our two heroes, Cole and Maddie, they have a long-standing tradition of racing their bikes to school, which they get the awkward explanation paragraph, where Maddie says their full names, where it's like, here's the Maddie Datner racing her rival, Cole Reed, in that sort of way that only movies do. Like, imagine if you and I did that. Hey, here's, hello, my good friend Frankie Flatfoot. It is nice to see you in this cannery, wherever you work, in the 1950s, in America.
Yes, that is not how real conversations go. A little squeezing exposition into the dialogue there.
Yeah. So on the way, they're talking about being friends and how Maddie hopes she's popular, and Cole just like hands her a 6 out of 10 sketch of her that he just kind of does on the fly, like off screen. I don't know if he had it with him or he does it because he pulls out his book and his pencil, and then I don't know if we get a Grand Mosty cut scene here, but then like he's just handing her the picture. So did they cut out like him awkwardly standing there and drawing it while she's there just kind of like looking at birds and thinking about
maybe they did a draw me like one of your French girl scene where her nipples actually were at.
Yeah, underage children, so I cannot endorse in any way.
I haven't seen it, so I can endorse it.
Okay, thank God one of us can. So his whole bit is that he's an artist and he's talented.
Okay.
So we get an important plot point here where they go into the school, and as they're walking in, they say like, Well, it's the same kids we've known since the beginning of middle school. How much can they really have changed? This plot point never comes up again. But they say that as it because no, they don't seem to know anyone here, and everyone in this school is a wretched tool. Just a wretched tool. So they've all changed. So what was the point of saying that? Just fuck it.
Bad writing, Larry. Bad writing.
Fine, brothers. Look them up. Hate them. So
fine writing.
They're walking into school. 10 seconds go by. Someone pulls down Cole's pants. He's wearing tighty whities.
Oh,
hence the nickname.
All right.
Tighty. So you're 1 for 1. Congratulations.
All right. Good stuff. And that's basically how high school. I never saw anyone get pants pulled down. I never saw a wedgie in 4 years.
I saw a lot of fights. I saw a girl smoking crack in a bathroom.
Oh, nice.
I did see once a friend of mine and I were walking past a group of people. We did not realize there was a fight happening, and a spray of blood splashed onto the white walls in front of me from someone's nose in a very sort of like, I don't know, John Woo, or I don't know. It was. I remember it very distinctly because it was very film. No, it was very like picturesque. Yeah, but no, I never saw anyone get pantsed. People are far more adult in high school nowadays. Just it's a lot more like stabbings and beatings and druggings and
heroin, right? Yeah,
yeah.
Ugh.
Not tighty whities. So anyway, his nickname now and forever is Tighty. And so they walk in together, and he says, "Hey, I'll take you to class." She walks 5 feet away. He gets pantsed. She like looks and sees he gets pantsed, and then runs away, and they're not friends anymore.
Wow, she's a stellar character.
Opening title, cut to 3.5 years later. He's still being called Tighty because the memory of a child is definitely that good, and that's definitely something high schoolers would still be caring about, is calling somebody Tighty. Fucking, and I mean Tighty, not tidy. I know my fucking Berks County accent and my mouth full of saliva makes everything all jumbled, but tighty is in tighty whitey. At his locker, he meets his best friend, which is his new best friend, which is a girl named City, which apparently it's Felicity, but we don't find that out until like the last 2 minutes of the movie. I'm not joking.
So why bother revealing it then? Oh my god. Okay.
It's not a reveal. There's a lot of that. There's a lot of those scenes where why bother revealing it? We'll get to that. I did put it together in my head that her name was Felicity. I'm like, why do they keep calling this girl City? Because she has 2 nicknames. Spoiler, she's one of the other nicknames on the list. Oh, by the way, before I forget, there's a bonus nickname too. It's not a nickname, but it is an expression that everyone in this movie uses constantly. And this one is a question for both you, the audience, and the world, because I haven't looked this yet either. Pidge.
Pidge? Like the beginning of pigeon?
Like the beginning of pigeon.
Pidge.
Yeah, do you know what that means?
No, what context is it used in?
You pidge. Stop being a pidge.
Is it like a softer version of cunt or bitch or something?
It's used like a softer version of bitch, but I don't know why not just say bitch. They swear in this movie, not a ton, but like they say shit and fuck. And they say bitch occasionally, but pidge.
Well, our young listeners can write in and let us know the etymology of pidge.
I may have to during a cut portion or in between episodes, if we record more than one today. I don't know if we do that. I may turn to my friend Junior Detective House of Death to get the young person lingo for me, because now I've got a 16-year-old in my pocket. And let me just rephrase that.
Ooh, because write that timestamp down. 34 minutes.
Yeah, let's cut that for the police. So yeah, City heralds the arrival of the M&Ms, which are I had a bit here where I was going to read off a bunch of the bad reviews of M&Ms the candy. Couldn't find a single one. I found a 3-star that said I like the peanuts better. So
who doesn't like M&Ms?
Yeah, so I guess that was a failed bit. So the M&Ms are a pair of super popular cheerleaders who run the school. One of them, of course, is Maddie. M for Maddie.
So she's gotten popular.
She brushes by them and into the arms of her stereotypical jock boyfriend, the Demon Kane. Not the Demon Kane, just a guy named Kane, which I don't know if that's his first name or his last name, but yeah, there's an old-timey wrestler named Kane. That's all I could think of.
Picturing him in a high school is very comedic.
Yeah, and like a Letterman
Google
jacket.
Kane.
Yeah.
Kane. Check it out.
and a Letterman jacket that's too small for him.
That's a movie, man. That's a movie right there. Kane goes to high school.
We've already written a better movie in 25 seconds. So her and Kane, they just start passionately making out, like ridiculously hardcore making out in the middle of the hallway. The other Eminem, who at the time I wrote this, her name completely escaped me because this movie exited my head like water down a drain. She makes fun of Felicity, calling her Stuffs, which is a play on her last name, which is Stuffs. They call her Stuffs, Stuffs. Her last name is Stuffs, Stufts, which she insists on correcting every time they get it wrong. That is not the actual explanation of her nickname, though. We'll get to that.
Okay.
So the principal just is like giving these messages on TVs scattered throughout the school. And she's, if any of you are familiar with the Hunger Games, she's just a character from the Hunger Games. She's just the woman with the painted face in the Hunger Games. She's just super preppy, over the top, ridiculous. All she cares about is prom. She was a prom queen. She never left high school. She's super into it. She's a child. That's all you need to know. But yeah, I saw it and I thought I was watching the fucking Hunger Games. She even gets like an intro with like the school crest that looks like it. Hunger Games, by the way, much worse than Battle Royale. Read that. Much better book. In the classroom, City and Cole are hanging out. And by Cole, I mean Tidy, because I insisted on calling them by their nicknames. Sorry. Stuff and Tidy are hanging out. When a girl gets up to get a book or some shit, and she gets coughs or everyone's saying like, tig, 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 which she yells at them to eat a bowl of dicks. Would you like to take a second crack at this? Because you couldn't be any farther off with Tigger. So I'd like to give you one more crack at this while we're at the scene.
I got no idea, man. All
right, fair enough. Cole is drawing, and he's talking about how he's going to get into an art show to get into an art school that he wants to go to. So there's like the art school is they have like a showing that he wants to put his art into it to go to art school. Now, Isaac, you and I have had many long discussions about my hatred of art.
Yes, you are not generally a fan of art. It's all hogwash, I believe.
I definitely used the word hogwash to describe it. Now, we've had like many like car rides worth of conversations, like to and from Philadelphia and places farther away. You know, we've many hours. The long and short of it is I generally don't like art.
Specifically modern art, especially, right?
Especially
like the Jackson Pollock,
yeah, like
splashing paint on a canvas.
Yeah, that nonsense. But so and I don't know. It just there's a lot of art talk in this movie, and he performs a lot of artistic feats very quickly that I feel like I'm more critical of because of my baseline dislike for art as a thing. And I'm probably making an enemy of literally every person who could ever possibly like me by saying that. So I'm sorry. I have a problem. It's not based on some kind of snobbish nonsense. I don't think I understand a lot of it. But anyway,
I don't know how much there is to understand, but
I think that's the problem.
Many people have some value in it.
I think I have a desperate need to understand things, and that's the problem. I've one of many problems. So City then is thrilled that she doesn't have to go to the prom, that she can go instead to the art show. Which is, nobody wants to go to the prom. The prom's for losers, except everybody wants to go to the prom. Isaac, what the fuck's wrong with you?
F the prom.
Did you go to your prom?
Yes, just senior prom, not junior.
Okay. Where are we at here? Okay, yeah. So she catches Cole fucking tidy looking through Maddie's Instagram because even all these years later, he's still in love with her because it's one of those stories. And everyone in the school is on Maddie's feed, even the staff, the teachers, the principal, everybody. And by Maggie's feed, I mean specifically Instagram. They bring up Instagram quite a bit. And Instagram is one of the driving forces of this movie. It is the thing from which all your worth is derived, is the number of people in your Instagram feed, as well as your status in the prom court. Again, this is a problem because of my age. I don't know how accurate that is, because I believe that it could be.
I just read a couple articles about this because there's stuff going on in the news about the Facebook. But yes, generally kids are flocking to Instagram, especially because the adults are on Facebook, so they want kind of a more private space. And also, if people don't know and they think Instagram is this wonderful alternative to Facebook and Facebook's stealing on your privacy and Instagram would never do that, Facebook owns Instagram, so go fuck yourself.
Yeah. So, good job there. I know that a lot of people make careers out of Instagrams, like taking pictures of things they do in makeup. I know makeup artistry is a big Instagram thing. I think my ex was into a lot of that. And it kind of is mirrored here because Maddie's big thing is that she has a different hairstyle every day and takes an Instagram of it every day, and that's how she got her popularity, which I think actually might be fairly close to accurate. I think that is how people kind of
I wouldn't be surprised.
Although I question that because that's over like 1,000 different hairstyles, and I don't think there are that many hairstyles. And her using the same hairstyle as a plot point later, so I don't... Again, I also don't understand looks or style. I don't understand a lot of things, and the things I do understand, I hate. I'm just a bad person, folks.
Well, if it makes you feel better,
listen to this episode. Listen to Isaac's episode.
I think Socrates said, the wisest man is the man who will admit how little he knows.
I know so little. This podcast
you're fucking genius, Larry.
This podcast is just for me to learn. This is my Harvard.
This is my Harvard.
Okay.
Oh, weird.
So yeah, someone write in with a list of hairstyles, please. Aggregate them by years they were popular, and I'll double check your work and see if there's enough to cover her ridiculous Instagram feed. We find out that also Maddie stole Stuff's boyfriend, Kane, and because Stuff's used to be popular, she was one of the popular girls. And now she's sort of like a hipstery, I don't need nobody girl.
So like a Missy Elliott kind of flip it and reverse it sort of thing.
Yeah, I get that reference. In the lunchroom, Maddie and the other M&M get a huge standing ovation for just walking in and out of the room for whatever reason. In the yearbook office, they are doing stereotypical popular girl stuff. We get the word pidge a bunch, which I'm trying to still don't understand.
We got to figure that one out.
Someone better fucking explain it because it's crucial to the understanding of the plot. I don't know what a pidge is. I just know it's negative. I need to know what it means. Is it bitch? Is it slut? Is it whore? Is it fool? It could be bitch. It could be fool. It could be idiot. I don't know. And I need to know. Someone fucking tell me. Someone write in and tell me. Don't write it to Bowls of Netflix. Write it to Bowels of Netflix and fucking tell me.
Yeah, don't fuck that up again.
Yeah,
for the love of God.
I won't read those. Maddie threatens to unfollow Marissa, which is when I finally remembered what her name was, which this is 20 minutes later. She threatens to unfollow her as a joke, which is a huge deal, and then she doesn't and just double taps her picture to super like it or whatever the fuck you kids do on Instagram. I don't have an Instagram that I know of. And then she says, I would never betray you like that, which, is definitely irony, because 5 seconds later, Marissa walks out of the room, and then Maddie sees her phone ringing, Marissa's phone. She says, oh, she'll need to get that. And then goes out into the hallway where Marissa is making out with Kane, Maddie's boyfriend. So,
Oh, my God.
Literally 5 seconds later. It's just a thing that's happening. And here's where we find out that Marissa, the other M&M, is not only our utter antagonist of this film, she is the horrid bitch. She, really is the epitome of evil. If this is a movie about war, she would be not Hitler, but somebody who'd like to torture more. She's really awful.
What, Mengele? He was the scientist, man.
Yeah. She'd be Mengele. I don't know who Hitler would be. I'll think about it.
The principal.
Yeah, she'd be a great Hitler.
You're how emphatic you are really makes me want to watch her.
She'd be an excellent Hitler. So Marissa stole Kane. Also, we get the idea that Kane is an idiot because she says, Maddie's like, is this what I think it is? And he's like, well, what do you think it is? And he's not kidding. He's a dumbass. But this is the only scene where he's kind of a dumbass. I mean, he's a jerk, but this is the only scene where he's like a moron, mongoloid idiot.
So they wanted to just fit that joke in without any regard to characterization at all.
That's correct. Which characterization be damned in this movie. So Marissa steals him and doesn't give explanation. She just does it because she can. She's a redhead. I don't know. They're weird. Also, all the cheerleader girls, of which they are constantly wearing their cheerleading uniforms. And the team is called the Legals, which I'm still not sure if it's okay for me to masturbate to this or not, so I'm not taking any chances.
They're announcing they're the legals, Larry.
They are seniors, however, I'm just gonna, watch midget porn like an average person. That's
I think
that's
in a court of
offensive.
law, you'd be okay.
That's offensive. I meant midget adult entertainment. I'm sorry. I didn't. I seized the joke and I saw the joke and seized it. So Maddie goes home and cries to her parents, one of whom is now Isaac. We are going to get the biggest actor in this film. I would like to. I guarantee you. I prepped you on this a little bit before we started. I guarantee you, it's someone you know. They were in a 90s sitcom. They were not the star, but they were in every episode. They were in a very popular 90s sitcom. And it's not Seinfeld, because I know that's the first place you're going to go.
90s sitcom. Friends?
No, not Friends.
What else is 90s? I don't know 90s sitcoms that well.
Okay. Have you ever seen a little show called Home Improvement?
Oh, yes I have.
Do you remember what the name of the show inside Home Improvement was called?
Tool Time.
Do you remember the co-host of Tool Time?
I don't know her name, but she was like cute blonde lady, right?
No, it's a man.
Oh, no. Well, Richard Karn.
Richard Karn. You fucking knew the actor's name?
Yeah.
Wait, what? Is he a known guy?
Yeah, because he did the ShamWow or something, right?
No, that was Billy Mays.
No, but he took that job over after Billy Mays cocained himself to death on an airplane.
Did?
Yeah. He's that guy now. You've probably seen him on commercials and just not known who he was.
I don't have cable. Why do you think I watch fucking Netflix shows? I know he's the host of Family Feud now, which I think is his big deal.
Oh, right, yeah, he does that.
But yeah, no, Richard Karn. I cannot believe you knew his fucking name.
That was a weird inside joke my brother and I had like a dozen years ago. I forget even what it was, but it had to do with Richard Karn.
Oh, okay.
Something like him just showing up in a bunch of pornography all of a sudden. He didn't actually do that, but we were just imagining what the world would be like if he did.
Well, in a very similar fashion, he's in this movie, which is
pornography.
So
he's Maddie's dad, I guess?
He is Maddie's dad. The mom is, I don't know, some actress. I didn't recognize her. I recognized him, it was like seeing the face of God. I'm like, oh my God, that's a Tool Time guy. I haven't seen him since, Family Feud in 2003.
The face of God, come on. Richard Karn. You son of a bitch.
So, yeah. Maddie says she hates high school and wants it to be over. And the parents inform her that they were dorks and they hated high school and they were mercilessly teased and the father was beaten up and it's terrible. And they had to deal with Tim Allen. Throughout the conversation, Marissa is sending pics of Kane kissing her to Maddie because Marissa is just an evil bitch. Just assume at any point for the next 20 minutes of this review that, and I'm not being sarcastic, at any point that somewhere on the screen Marissa is sending Maddie an evil text about, I stole your boyfriend and you're a pidge. And the parents can't figure out why popular kids are so rotten, which is a theme we will get to later as it ties the whole movie together. We cut back to Tidy in his room. And here we go. Here we're going to go just get on the train. Because Dad bursts in and makes fun of his son for not having a date to prom, saying, and I'm going to quote in full what Dad says. Art is boring. Prom is about sex. Sex is exciting. I know you're kind of a weirdo, and getting laid before graduation is sort of a pipe dream, but maybe there's some girl out there just like you that's down to clown on prom night.
What the ever-loving fuck, Larry? What is that?
Can I make a request for you to put the master's thesis music under that? It's not mine. I mean, it's clearly these people wrote it, but I think it's worthy of that because that is a... Whew. So Dad once again talks about how he was prom king, and he rips open his shirt to show off how manly he is. And they live next door to Maddie and her parents, so they see her. She runs out in a car and is sobbing. And Dad says, and again, I will quote in full for the benefit of those who are taking notes. I know this is inappropriate, but I bet that girl is killer in the sack.
Holy shit.
Before wandering out of the scene and into what I assume is a strip club somewhere or the little girl dungeon in his basement, I'm not sure. We don't get a shot of that, but I assure you it's there.
Oh man, wow. I feel so gross.
Yeah, it's pretty gross.
Ugh.
And he is like a typical 40-year-old perv in a suit.
He said he's in a suit and he makes a lot of money. He probably forces his fucking secretary to blow him every day. Fucking asshole.
Now, Isaac,
I hate him. I hate him so bad.
You know how those two lines are pretty bad?
Oh no.
Somehow it gets worse, but don't worry, that comes much later. So Tidy goes to talk to Maddie, and they go back and forth about the betrayal, the lost friendship, blah, blah, blah. It's a really, really long scene. Tidy says people are changing in a last-ditch effort to make perfect high school memories to cap off their high school days, because that's a thing people care about. I think my friends and I, after high school, a group of friends and I went to my house. We played Bionic Commando, which is a remake of a really crappy Nintendo game, for 3 hours. We played Yu-Gi-Oh! And then we went and saw, what's that movie with Galifianakis? The
Hangover?
Thank you. Yes, Hangover. So yeah, that was...
Well, now you've dated yourself, Larry. As long as someone knows when that movie came out.
Shit. Okay, well, they don't know how old you are. All right, let's see if anyone does the math. So yeah, perfect high school memories. I don't know if that's a thing people care about, but in this movie, it's of vital importance. Whatever. So while they chat, he talks about the anime called Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, specifically Brotherhood, which is a remake of the other. Well, not a remake, but it's one of the only anime I actually still like. So that was kind of weird. It was kind of really off balance because he talks about the plot. I don't know. It's odd. It's like it's a reference, but it's not like hey, will you play in that Star Wars video game? It's like a really specific reference. So it's kind of.
So the writers probably actually know it.
Yeah, and it caught me off guard because it's something I actually like. So yeah, kudos. And again, be mindful, just constantly villainous texts of like her licking Marissa licking Kane's face, and she's like rubbing her titties against him, and it's a whole thing. And we get the whole social media craze thing happens here. I start to see how deep the rabbit hole goes. So Maddie wants to take a selfie, and Tidy admits that he's never done that. Now, this is where, and I sent you a text about this because I was so angry the first time I watched this. Maddie then, realizing he's never taken a selfie, calls him a selfie virgin, or, as you would, a surgeon.
That's the dumbest thing.
And then she takes his virginity, his selfie virginity.
Oh, okay.
And
I was getting excited for a second.
This is an important plot point. No, Isaac, I'm not kidding. Instagram accounts are of vital importance to this movie. You have to understand them fully. Here's the problem. I think I had one. I think an ex-girlfriend made me make one so she could tag me in things, but I don't think I used it then, and I don't believe I use it now. I think I get notifications from it. Now those of you who've done the math realize that I am of the age where it should be a thing I should be using, and I'm not. But I don't get it. But the social media is of like great importance to the plot of this movie, which I want to make fun of on a base level because I'm an old man, and another base level because it's shitty writing. But I also don't think it's necessarily incorrect in a lot of ways. In some ways.
That's a tough thing, and because I like to do some writing on my own, but especially with tech the way it is, like you see a movie from 10 years ago, they pull out a flip phone, it looks so dated already. So
right.
What do you do as a writer? Because in 10 years, Instagram's going to be nothing. That's not what people will be into.
And
so
this
it'll
movie,
look terrible.
This movie kind of exists in a universe where like a lot of like, we don't talk about the crazy drug addictions that happen in high schools. That happen in high schools now, and it's. I don't know. I'm really torn about how to feel about it because I think it's technically true to life, but it's also not good. But I don't know if I don't like it because it's not good or because it's. I don't know. It's really hard to put my finger on what exactly about it I don't like, but I know it's not right. Like it's not. It is not. It doesn't make for an interesting movie for sure. And it I'm trying to. I'm legitimately trying to see through someone else's eyes here in this review, where I think like. Is this just because this movie's not for me? Because I don't use Instagram. I don't really care about social media all that much. Is that just me being an old man and this movie is okay in that regard? Or is it terrible and that's, I'm right to think it's terrible?
There's probably a combination thereof. I think maybe some things you miss out on because of your age and station in life, but there's been some clear examples of piss poor writing so far already.
Yeah.
So it's not like it would be Oscar worthy if you were in the nest of Generation Z, as it were.
Yeah, it's definitely not done particularly well here. I think it could be, but I don't think this is the way to do it. I don't know. But anyway, so she takes 40 selfies at a time. It's her thing because you have to get the right one, which now we're getting to the realm of insanity. I fervently hope. So she tags his Instagram, and the entire school follows him for it in that short period of time because she's the hottest to trottest thing in school. And she tags him because they take a selfie, and she puts a bunch of hashtags on it, which I hate hashtags. That, be me an old man or not, that I will hate and I refuse to like or acknowledge because they're just dumb. It's just dumb.
Hashtag bowels of Netflix.
Hashtag bowels of Netflix. I don't shit on the product, Beard. You made me do that. So yeah, in that short period of time, the whole school follows him. So he doesn't want people to see his art because he's an artist. That's all I have to say about that. So he deletes his Instagram, which shocks Maddie because no one deletes your Instagram. It's fucking Instagram. It's like deleting your blood. You don't delete your blood. You put hearts on your blood. You fucking give your blood likes. You put a cute comment. You share your blood. That blood is so red. Heart, smiley face, money sign, eyes. Oh, I'm young and hip. God damn it. Fucking
just imagining someone getting ready to slit their wrist. They just say, "I'm gonna delete my blood."
You know, someone has said that, at least one.
Oh, I gotta hope.
They have a bike ride scene because that's what they do when they're friends, and they're friends again.
Aww.
And so Marissa sends a text where Marissa works very fast. She's also been texting Maddie this entire time. I don't know how she gets anything else done. I'm such an adult. I don't understand these whippersnappers. When does she find time to fold laundry? So she sends Maddie a text that Kane and her are going to prom and they're going to be king and queen. So Maddie and Tights decide they're going to hatch a plan to destroy prom, and they're going to fuck the prom. So, we get the title of the movie because, fuck the prom. Thus, the fuckers trademark are born.
That's what they call themselves?
No, that's what I call them.
Okay.
We'll get to that. So
you scared me for a hot second.
Yeah, they're talking about prom, and Tidy says, "Yeah, but that's the same day as my art school application. I want to go to art school and have a future." And she says, "But this is how you win at high school. Besides, I have boobs, tee hee." And he says, "Oh, no, okay, boobies." Ignore the boobs part.
I'm not sure how much of that is real.
Ignore the boobs part. But he says, "I want to go to art school," and she says, "But you can win at high school this way." And he says, "Okay." Because he's in love with her, and that's, a love story, and so that goes. Because, they're going to get what they want in the end, because it's a happy ending movie, and those are the worst.
Especially for teenagers to see. Goddamn.
So next day at school, Tidy and Maddie recruit Stuffs to fuckers trademark. She has a whole bunch of teen angst against Maddie because, you're popular, and I'm not, and I used to be popular, and you're a pidge and a bitch, and I just hate children. I just do. I see what you mean.
It's fair.
We're like 3 back-to-back fucking movies about teenagers. Ugh, God.
Yeah. Well, not going there next week. Next sequence of episodes, I should say.
Thank the Lord, ? So we got a scene where Kane just comes by and is a twat to everybody. So then Stuff says, "Hey, I'm going to join the fuckers trademark."
Every time you say Kane, I just instinctually picture the wrestler, and it's really fucking with me.
Yeah, seriously, folks, everything else to do with wrestling aside, just look up the wrestler Kane, with or without his mask, and just imagine that with a bunch of teenagers, and it really makes this whole movie a lot better.
And he's like 6'10".
He's an enormous man. He's also a libertarian, and he believes in very silly things. So we get another Principal Hunger Games commercial, which I bring up only because she addresses the juniors with the line, "Remember, it's only statutory if you get caught." Classy!
Oh, man.
We get a bathroom scene where the M&Ms confront each other. Marissa is a villain because villainy, and she turned on Maddie because Maddie is slightly more popular, but also because Marissa has valid complaints because Maddie is 100% the villain of this movie. So let me get into that. it really barely gets acknowledged, first of all, how awful of a person Maddie is, because right away, we just see the whole breakup. Within 10 minutes of the movie, she's a good guy. She goes from being a popular girl, and the popular people in this movie, don't be fooled, they're villains. It's not like a tragic sort of, no, they're just straight up villains. They're just asshole, awful dickheads who need a rebellious young youth to loner to, set them straight. So she was a villain. And Marissa talks about how Maddie gave her an eating disorder by commenting on all her Instagram pictures that she was fat and she should delete them. And she doesn't tag Marissa in any of her Instagram accounts because that's a thing people care about. I think that actually is a thing people care about. I remember
Instagram war.
Yeah. I remember hearing people arguing about it. So, yes, but like Marissa does a lot of Marissa and Maddie both do a lot of shitty things, but Maddie is treated very well. She gets a lot of leeway to do whatever she wants because she's a hero in the movie. It's written in a way where she's not a villain, but she's constantly talked about being a villain, and yeah, it makes perfect sense that she's the villain. So, whatever. I mean, the only difference between her and Marissa's just a stone cold bitch. I'm discussing teenagers and their fucking angsty drama like I'm back in high school and I want to kill myself.
I am not sorry at all.
I want to kill myself. Kids, if you're thinking about suicide, talk to a grown-up, not me. I'm not in the right frame of mind. But I right now, God, it just gets worse. It just keeps getting worse. So the girls hate each other, and Maddie exits the bathroom to Marissa's line of, "Now reflect and listen to my urine hit the water." And then we do.
What?
And we hear her pee.
Is that supposed to be a meditation fountain or something?
Well, then another girl gets out of another stall and she says, "I did meditate. I did listen to your urine hit the water," and starts crying and runs off, and I don't care. But I'm going to take a second and talk about how ungodly complicated these movie storylines are. So I think the Fine brothers must be fans of Game of Thrones, and here's why. Game of Thrones, for those of you who aren't aware, I mean, I'll use that colloquially for the show and the books. The books are Song of Ice and Fire, but that's long and a mouthful. Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones, very popular HBO series at the time of this. Very high fantasy sort of, well, no, actually sort of low fantasy where everybody, wallows in piss and shit. But I don't know why that's all I took away from it. There's dragons and all kinds of other shit, but I took away the piss and shit wallowing. But it's notable for having a shitload of characters, and their storylines are often intersect in very cool ways. I think they tried to go for something like that here, because a lot of these characters have really complicated backstories that are related to each other that we never see, but are acknowledged and are kind of important to the plot. Like, at one point, Tidy, who's the main character, gives a throwaway line about how he and Cain used to be best friends. We never see that, and it's never acknowledged again. But these girls have dated half these guys, and half the characters in the movie know each other, the other half from different parts that we just hear about and don't see. It's really overly complicated for a movie that's about a goddamn prom. I feel like it was... Go ahead.
Maybe the Fine brothers intended it to be an 8-season HBO series, and then they just got cut down in the pitch meeting.
Well, not quite as silly. I was going to say maybe it was intended to be like a web series, and it got turned into this.
Oh, yeah, I guess that'd be more realistic. But...
I don't know. I didn't see anything about that or anything. I don't... It's really overly complicated with all these weird, twisting relationships people have.
Simple explanation, just bad writing, man. Bad writing.
I want so hard for things to make sense, Isaac.
Good luck.
We get a montage of the fuckers trademark planning how to ruin the prom. Marissa and Cain are doing popular people things, and they're probably fucking a bunch, which we don't really acknowledge, but she talks at one point about sending him nudes, so I assume he's eating her out, and she's blown him. I don't
at the very least.
But, so the fuckers trademark realize they need to gather the rest of their crew because they can't do it with just the three of them. And here we go. Here's where we get the crew. So get your scorebooks ready to see how Isaac did on his nicknames.
Ooh.
So first we get fucking A. I missed one. The first one.
I can guess now.
Okay, yes. Strings.
He's manipulated by someone else. Another character. A girl he has a crush on.
Not at all. So Strings is a Jew.
What? Oh, because he's got the hair things?
No, he has... I didn't write down what they were called. I just reviewed... I just finished my review, and before we started recording, I had a busy week. I didn't get a chance to write it down while I was typing it up. But there's... I'm going to look it up now. There is some Jewish thing where they hang, like, strings off of their pants for some religious purpose. It was like TZ something. I don't know. He's got these religious strings hanging off his pants. I'm not trying to be offensive. I don't know what it's called, and I didn't have time to look it up. I apologize.
Right, yeah.
But he wears the yarmulke. He's a Jew. That's his character is the Jew. Strings the Jew. Okay. And we as they like go to collect him, we see like what got him into this mess, where he was sitting at a lunch table, and two boys came up and start tempting him and taunting him with different ham-based products and non-kosher products, like a ham. They wrap him in a chain of sausages. They wave like a ham loaf in his face, a lobster in his nose. They like have a pig's head mask. And eventually they're playing with his strings, and they start chanting strings until the entire school is pelting him with paper, screaming strings over and over. So that's strings.
Everyone's on board with anti-Semitism at this school, apparently.
Yeah, fuck the Jews. Don't record that. Cut it. We get Sweats, who you got correctly is Sweats is Sweaty, and nice. I'm just gonna refer to them by their nicknames because that's all they matter easier. As. But I'd like to point out, and I did tell you this too, that Sweats is a little fat kid with bad hair and bad fashion sense named Larry. So fuck you, Isaac. You can suck my fucking sweaty dick. They got it very close to correct. I didn't sweat that much, and my hair wasn't quite as Jewy.
I didn't know that, but it's fitting. It makes me happy.
And his whole thing is he's sweaty, and everybody chanted Sweats at him. So he's sweaty, fat kid named Larry. So we got Tig from earlier, who is a sort of gothy, hipstery girl. Now, to draw back on what Isaac said regarding Tig, he said Tig as someone who likes Tigger. What we see is that Tig, in fact, refers to an incident in which she sent her boyfriend pictures of that would be considered scandalous to someone in a more authoritative role of her exposed breasts, and the boyfriend, being a typical jock douchebag, spread it around to his friends, who therefore spread it to the whole school. And she is named Tig because she has, and I quote, big ol' titties, which can be shortened in internet lingo to Tig ol' bitties, or Tig for short. Now, if you'll recall what I said earlier regarding the physical appearance of these folks and my viewing of them as an adult looking at children, for the sake of accuracy, I did take a glance at Tigs. I do not quite understand how she got that nickname. I think they were looking for a nickname that was clever, related to breasts, and this is all they could think of, but did not cast a girl with what one would call tiggle bitties. So, that said, that creepiness aside, we have Mutie, who is just a stereotypical weirdo. And he is called Mutie, as Isaac said, because his cell phone is always on mute, which was just a terrible guess. I don't know what fuck compelled you to think that. Mutie has a ridiculous voice, and he once answered a question in school, and he sounded like a bird. So everyone in the school made cawing bird noises at him and threw feathers at him, and he vowed never to speak again, hence mute. And he's also a weirdo on top of it, but, whatever. And then we have TJ. As I said, TJ did not get a nickname, and they made a little clever joke about that. Let's see, I'm sorry, TJ, you said he is a boring guy who doesn't have a nickname. And I sort of tried to steer you in the right direction of what might this crew be missing. What haven't we made fun of yet? TJ is a homosexual.
Oh.
And the reason he's a basketball player, very handsome, and the reason he is part of the fuckers trademark is because he is too gay for the straights and too straight for the gays. His words, not mine.
What is that supposed to mean?
No, well, it just shows him like he tries to hit on somebody on the basketball team, and they run away, and everyone like freaks out because he's gay. And he tries to hang out with the gay guys, and he's too handsome and pretty and like cis for them.
What?
So he fits in with the
That's
fuckers
not how,
incorporated.
That's not how that works. Gay guys love handsome and pretty guys. Well, I assume most of them do.
If I was gay, I'd fuck the shit out of him if he was an adult of legal consenting age.
Okay, you got that clarification.
Yeah, because he's not an unattractive fellow. Once he's an adult with his faculties in place. So yeah, there's the crew. There's our fuckers trademark, fuckers incorporated, fuckers of the prom. This movie is taking for fucking ever. So none of the fuckers trademark trust Maddie, but she says she admires them because they stayed true to themselves while she became a bitch, which is entirely accurate. We see in the next scene she gets special treatment from the principal because the principal is reliving her glory days through Maddie, which every adult in this movie is just reliving their high school days through these students vicariously, mostly through Maddie, because every adult just fondly thinks back to their high school days, which brings me back to my initial point of who is this movie for? Teenagers. Oh God, we're teaching our teenagers that being in high school is important. Isaac, we have to tell the masses.
Ooh, yeah, this is...
We've stumbled upon something here. This is important.
I feel these writers are the very few people who look back on high school as being something important. I feel like that's the issue.
I don't know. Is it just simple? I mean, it's clearly over the top. I mean, the dad figure is so ridiculously over the top. Yeah. Of course, it's for comedy, but it's kind of at an age where kids are really impressionable and are probably thinking some of the same thoughts.
Yeah,
you gotta reinforce that really. And it kind of
some responsibility as a storyteller. They
kind of try to turn it around at the end, but they fail utterly, which we'll get to. Because this writing is just so hacky. The principal does berate Maddie for hanging out with Tidy because, as the principal puts it, Tidy belongs in, and this can give you an example of what he looks like. Tidy looks like he belongs in a hipster version of iCarly, which is a Teen Nick show from some time ago.
It's a successor to Hannah Montana, I believe, right? Or spiritual successor?
No, they're unrelated. iCarly is about,
but it was, but it's the kind of thing Hannah Montana was, but just.
Yeah, it's like, I think it's a spinoff of Drake and Josh, maybe.
Oh, right, that sounds.
I didn't watch it. It stars the girl who was the sister in Drake and Josh. I didn't watch any of those shows because I to be honest, I kind of look down on all of them. I don't know. They didn't.
Yeah, same here. I was a little too old for some of that stuff.
Entertainment never really interested me at any age. Like I went from
Keenan and Kel, man. Keenan and Kel. Fucking orange soda. Ooh.
I don't know that whole. I was like interested in cartoons and kid stuff, and then straight to adult stuff. Like I was reading adult level, not like porn, adult reading level fantasy books when I was very young. I just skipped that whole sort of phase. So there's a whole kind of gap for me personally where I sort of missed out, and I have trouble like seeing into this age of being. I was always either looking behind or looking ahead when I was this age, and I kind of skipped this part of it where, to live in the moment here. Probably why
13
I'm so
going on
fucking,
30, right?
Yeah. That movie has one of my favorite songs in it, so I got to give it that credit for that. Billy Joel, Vienna. It's one of the most beautiful songs I've ever written.
I don't know that one.
I'm an old man. It's one of his. I think it's his favorite song he ever wrote too. You should definitely listen to it. It's really, really excellent.
I know very little Billy Joel, just Piano Man and the one that pisses me off. I forget what that one's called.
How's it go?
Is it Only the Good Die Young?
Only the good die young.
Yeah.
You had a nice white
like
dress and a party on your confirmation. You got a brand new soul and a cross of gold. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm done. I grew up with Billy Joel. What the fuck? Okay, yeah, no, it was here where I kind of realized like I didn't know where I was going with this review, and there's so little to talk about with anything interesting, but it's all kind of matters for the plot. I mean, like, even Grand Masti kind of, like, I could review a scene, move on, done. This, I was, like, really struggling to pull what bits were worth talking about and what bits weren't. You're much better at keeping things concise than I am. Like, I can't. And this movie was just, it's so like it's not disorganized, but there's so much happening. Like, I don't know what's worth bringing up because either I would have nothing or everything to talk about is where I ended up because all the storylines intermingle pretty much. So, Tidy and Maddie are hanging out in his room. She feels bad about how much of a bitch she's been. She misses hanging out with him and playing Pokemon and being a dork and all that shit. She specifically says Pokemon. Whatever. But she says how she's having all these thoughts about prom and all the bad shit, but she still wants to go. Which, okay, sure. I had fun. I liked my proms, both of them. I had a good time. Like I said, I was prom king and prom prince. It was a good time. It was my first date, and when I was in 11th grade, and it was like close to one of the first times I told my girlfriend at the time that I loved her in high school, the high school prom. So I have a lot of fond memories, but like the obsession these people in this movie have with it, like I asked a girl to prom the day tickets were on sale on a whim. I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
Right. You weren't thinking about it all year.
No. These people think about... Maddie thinks about it her whole life. It's revealed later that she was like thinking about prom when she's 3.
Jesus. That's
They
unhealthy.
substitute weddings for proms in this movie, and it's really jarring because it's... Just looking back, it's all so meaningless. High school's so meaningless, kids. It really doesn't matter. I mean, you make some great friends. You can have some really wonderful experiences. You can learn a lot of things, but it does not matter. It doesn't. I'm sorry, it doesn't. I know I'm an old man. I know I'm not saying anything you haven't heard much smarter people than me say to you before in much more eloquent ways, but just be somewhat detached. Be able to see outside of your skin and see the world around you and know that things are going to change in ways you can't even imagine. Why am I giving life advice on fucking Bowels of Netflix? Review the fucking movie, you fat puke.
Yeah, if anyone's listened to this podcast, they're too far gone for anyone to fix, let alone us.
Yeah, fuck you. You suck. You suck and you probably like prom. I was prom king, baby. I didn't get laid either night, and I didn't even care. I was swimming in proverbial pussy. I was swimming in... Anyway, so... wow. I had a breakdown there. So Maddie wakes up the next day after they're like hanging out, and she says, I still want to go to prom. And in the night, Tidy has made a life-sized cardboard cutout of a drawing of both of them in her yard. It's not realistic. I mean, it's clearly a drawing. Like asking a prom question, and she agrees to go to prom with him, which he spent all night doing that, which means he didn't sleep, which means he's like, probably didn't shower. He probably smells. I don't know, it's weird. So they're going to the prom together despite planning on ruining it? I mean, I thought they were going to be at a clock tower with sniper rifles, but they're going to the prom.
Yeah, that's what I would have thought.
They have these blueprints of the school, and I'm thinking, like...
What?
Are they going to, like, set off bombs? I didn't know if this was going to be like a Perfect Sisters where this is a true story.
Yeah, do they have the anarchist cookbook and they're making pipe bombs or something?
They're making cupcakes. So the next day, because everything in this movie happens like within the span of 2 weeks, so everything happens at top speed. The next day, the whole school is talking about how they're going to vote for Tidy and Maddie to be prom king and queen because Tidy is now super popular. And everyone's like, oh my god, he's so hot because he's dating Maddie now. He's not an unattractive boy, but I mean, like, no one noticed before because of the Tidy thing. But now, because he's with the hot to trot girl, everyone cares about him and everyone wants to follow his Instagram, which he deleted, and he's so exotic because he doesn't have an Instagram.
Oh, I hate this. Oh my god.
Yeah, I wish I'd made you watch this because you would probably, you might slit your wrists.
Yeah, I don't know. With Perfect Sisters, I was very angry at their teenager.
Oh man, I wish I could go back and make you watch this instead. So Kane
dodged a fucking bullet.
Kane dumps Marissa.
Dumps her out of the ring?
Yeah, she's eliminated from the Royal Rumble. Within 10 seconds, she turns around and sends Tidy a picture of her cleavage and a gross duck face. Oh. And I don't mean because all duck faces are gross, which they are. I mean, this particular duck face was really gross. Did you listen to the beginning of the movie when Isaac was screaming about how we're going to talk about every bad edit, every choppy bit of writing? Yeah, I don't miss a fucking beat here, kids. Get on my level.
Every bad duck face.
Yeah. So, Kane dumps her 10 seconds later, and I'm talking like 10 seconds movie time later. She's sending cleavage pics to Tidy and is like, yo, we got to get up in this puss. Get up in this prom puss. Even though the story of the day is that Maddie is taking him to prom, so she's just out and out villain, just unabashed, total villain. We get a side story here where Tig is also Jewish, so she and Strings are hitting it off because, the Jews. Can we get a little Jewish Sam Gamgee talking about Tig old biddies?
Hey, I'd love me some tiggled bitties, especially at prom. When they start playing the hip hop music, I just get in there and motorboat them.
You know we not be bringing women on the ship.
How can you not bring women on the ship? What am I gonna do with myself? Give you a back massage? You gotta bring the big old titties on the ship.
If ye be wanting some tiggled bitties, come see me in the captain's quarters. What the fuck? I'm sorry.
I'm dying.
No, but that's seriously a plot point. He can't touch women because it's a Jewish thing. I think that's true. He can't touch women unless he's married, and she's halfway Jewish, and that's not me being funny. She's like, her mom's Jewish and her dad's a Buddhist, because she's like a hipster vegan girl. The side crew does not get a lot of attention. This romance gets a little bit of attention, and it's just funny because I like saying the word Jew. Unrelated to anything about them, I've never met a Jewish person I didn't like. It's a funny sounding word. It's like cum.
Yeah, it's got a good cadence. Trousers is another good one.
Exactly. I just like saying the word Jew. Unrelated to the Jews, I'm just the worst person. I'm really sorry.
No, as long as you don't use it, for evil.
I'll try. All right, so Marissa pushes Tidy into a closet and demands he take her to prom because he's popular now and Kane's not. Kane not being popular, never addressed. So she's just making shit up. So she swears Maddie is never going to actually go with Tidy because Kane wants her back and Kane gets what he wants, which is the World Heavyweight Championship this Sunday at Survivor Series. I did not mean to make this a wrestling joke, but ever since I brought it up, now it's all I can see. So anywho, Tidy says no and he leaves. So meanwhile, Stuffs and Maddie come across Kane himself. He wants to know why Maddie won't go to prom with him now, despite the cheating. And, he broke up with Marissa like 4 minutes ago. And we get the complex backstory here where we learn everything about Stuffs and Maddie and all that happened before. So, Stuffs, if you recall, because I haven't talked about it in a while, Tidy's best friend, City, Felicity, all that. She used to be a popular girl. Something happened, now she's not. So what happened was, she was a cheerleader. She was dating Kane, who I now want to call Kanye too, because jokes are funny. And she, again, villain Marissa is what ruins all this, because, let's take a second here. Isaac, you said Stuffs was the nickname of a fat guy who stuffs his face with Twinkies.
Yeah, it was my guess.
Stuffs is called Stuffs because Marissa tricked her into stuffing her bra with toilet paper for Kane. While she was in the bathroom stall, she overheard Marissa, who was incorrect.
Erroneously.
Thank you. No, she knew what she was doing was wrong.
Oh.
But she was she was telling a fib to another girl about how Kane likes girls with tig old bitties. I don't know why he doesn't go for tig, but hey, we'll leave that for the philosophers.
Oh, God.
Philosophers. So I'm sorry, my brain just stopped because this movie's so dumb. Yeah, okay. So she stuffs her bra in an attempt to make Kane like her more and doesn't work because Marissa pulls out the toilet paper and everyone laughs at her and calls her Stuffs. So you're like 2 for 6. So not
good, no.
Yeah. And again, just another facet in the rich tapestry that is this movie's cast. It's like more now there's like betrayals and there's everybody has a grudge against everybody. Kane's in bed with everybody. I don't fucking Marissa's got dick out to a zoo. There's like seriously. So I'm sure everyone's bored out of their fucking minds right now, and this review has gone so long, and I've talked about nothing. But understand, I would have nothing otherwise because I would have the plot just. I don't know. I don't know where to go. I don't know where to start or end. I'm just telling you what it is, man. Don't.
Well, I think much like Seinfeld was a show about nothing, this is a modern teen drama about nothing.
It's just, nothing matters, but they pretend it matters so hard.
Oh, it sounds like high school.
All right, I'm gonna speed this up. So at Fucker's headquarters, they're finalizing plans. Tidy gets a text from Marissa with prom written on her tits. Maddie says it's a perfect plan because then Tidy could ensure Marissa gets the worst of it. The bullets, the fire, the screaming goats, the worst of it. Dad comes into frame and calls everyone freaks. He hands up Maddie, and he offers to get her and Tidy beers if they stick around.
Okay.
As he leaves, he is admiring Tig's ass. You'd think it'd be her Tig's, but, whatever.
What
and
the fuck?
He leans into strings and encourages him to hit that. Later on, Maddie and Tidy are talking, and Tidy is bummed out that he isn't taking Maddie anymore because he wants to take Maddie because he's in love with her, even though it's a whole, we're just friends, because he's very beta male. So they start making out because they're all confused about their emotions, and fucking, here's what you do, kids. You put your emotions, you take them all away. You give them to the world, you make yourself empty, and you get rid of them all, and you just become a blank slate. And you let everything out, you just keep the hate. You let the hate filter in, let everything else filter out. Imagine your emotions are a drain. It's a sieve, and your fucking hate, it just catches up in it, and everything else is water that slides through, and your hate just becomes this big, unstoppable clog. It just clogs up your heart, and you let it out to the world, and then you become me.
Oh, man, this world does need a new Mr. Rogers, Larry. I think you could take the post.
I'd be great at it. I fucking love puppets. The future is puppets. So creepy. But anyway, they kind of have a connection that's genuine, which it's kind of honest. It's no worse than any other fucking romance movie. By the way, I despise romance movies, as I think you're aware of this.
They're all bad.
They're the worst. I could talk about The Notebook. I could convince you The Notebook is trash. Anyone, no matter how much you like it, I can convince you it's trash, or I will die trying. I will die of exhaustion trying, because that movie is garbage and too many people like it.
I gotta interject. A great point Penn Jillette made on his podcast a little while ago was, as much as people will rail against pornography for displaying an inaccurate portrayal of healthy sex, as much, if not more, could be said for romance movies portraying an inaccurate view of what actual romance is like. And it's probably equally, if not way more damaging.
Oh, I agree. Wholeheartedly.
And both times, you can enjoy them as long as you realize, oh, this is a hot load of bullshit just for my entertainment. Does not reflect real life.
I think a lot of people take them way too realistically. Which is a real problem. Sure. And so to this movie's credit, it's not really, we don't get to those levels, because like the next scene is Maddie's at home and she's very confused about what she's feeling. And they don't really, they don't play it up. It's pretty honest, so I'll let it slide there. But she comes home to her parents and she asks, what the best kind of drill bit is, and the tool man. I don't have a joke. She talks to her parents, and her parents talk about their prom where they were there together, because of course who you're with at prom, that's who you're with for life. Just remember that, kids. That's how my life is. I turn to the empty chair next to me. So they talk about their prom when they were there together, and they got called up as king and queen, and then they were like, no, it'd never be you two. And this experience changes their entire lives. And I'm not being sarcastic. They raise Maddie to be popular because of that.
What the fuck? I had a shred of respect for Richard Karn.
Not anymore. They raise Maddie to be a popular girl, so she doesn't have to experience what they experienced. More on that later, because we're going to find out who the impetus for this entire movie is. From womb to tomb, baby. So they encourage Maddie to go to prom and everyone else be damned. Be the person she wants to be. Which, okay, sure, fine. We get a montage of the fuckers, trademark, starting their plans to fuck up, trademark, prom, including turning the heat up on Marissa's tanning booth, which is never again acknowledged. She comes to the prom, she shows up, and every scene, just red as a tomato, never acknowledged by her or anyone.
How is that not acknowledged?
She sat in a makeup chair for probably 2 hours a day for however many days it took to shoot all these prom scenes, just all red from a tanning booth, and no one ever acknowledges it.
That's not even a joke.
No one. Well, she's comically too red.
Right, but that's the setup for a joke. You need the punchline where someone says something.
She's also a redhead, and she wears a red dress to the prom, so you got everything's
There's so
there.
many jokes you could make.
Everything's there.
Larry.
It bothered me greatly. I was waiting for the fucking other shoe to drop on that joke, and it never did. All right, prom night. Tidy's ready to go. He gets a Skype call from Marissa, who just casually mentions that Maddie and Kane got back together, off screen, within 2 hours. And so Tidy hears them outside. And by the way, she also promises him on that Skype call she's gonna bang him. Which let's cut back to our teen years. The promise of being banged at prom would probably outweigh my excitement for anything else.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Especially if I don't know.
Being a teenager, being banged outweighs everything.
Yeah. I was a late bloomer too. I didn't lose my virginity until my 20s, early 20s. I think I was 20. I don't know. So, but yeah, at that point in time, to put it politely, no, that would have fuck the prom. Fucking let's fuck
right.
Prom.
Fuck the prom. I'm gonna fuck you.
Yeah. I mean, she probably was lying, but still, I mean, it would have been I would have had to make some hard choices there. And yes,
fucking find an empty porta potty somewhere and have at it.
Yeah. So Tidy runs outside to confront Maddie, who explains she changed her mind and wants to have the prom experience she always craved. She's a villain. So, we forget that.
She actually changed her mind. I would have assumed Marissa was lying.
So she calls Kane. She's like, I forgive you for everything. You're my boyfriend again. We're going to prom. Forget everything that just happened. I'm back on team villain, baby.
And Kane runs out of the ring, backstage, puts his tux on.
Yeah. He takes off his mask. He sits in hair and makeup.
There's a limo waiting backstage for him.
Yeah.
Vince McMahon's driving.
I'm not speaking from jaded loser experience, which I am and was and will always be, probably. I'm speaking God's truth. She's just a villain. She just sucks. She's just a shitty person.
Yeah.
And she says she's not going to let petty revenge get in the way of the prom she's always wanted. She planned the revenge. She made the plans. She did when in the scene in the beginning when she's talking about it, it's not Tidy's idea, it's hers. Also, she just turned out a guy who she genuinely cares about, literally the night before. In order to enact this petty revenge as part of the plot, she turns Tidy onto Marissa and then takes back the boyfriend when there's a very simple solution to all this. I'm yelling now because I did not realize how angry I was going to get. She's the villain. One of the villains of this movie. Oh, that's probably going to be... I got a new microphone, and it's probably got way too loud there.
Your anger will just come through and project.
So they're arguing in the street. They hate one another now. She promises this is for the best, which is just a flat-out lie. And then she warns him not to ruin prom for her. I mean, they're obviously gonna. So, Isaac, I don't want you to put on pants tomorrow. I'm warning you. I'll be very cross with you if you do. Tidy goes back inside. He rips up the plans. He's having a tantrum. And here we go. We get another dad comes in, the pillar of wisdom that he is.
Oh, lordy.
And he reassures Tidy that Kane is much more awesome than Tidy is, and that if he were a kid, he'd want to hit Maddie too, but, with his penis.
What the fuck?
So Dad, he gets kind of weirdly sort of sentimental, and he tells Tidy that Tidy should follow through with the plans to fuck the prom, because Tidy is, in contrast, actually a decent human being. Because Dad understands that he's a dick, and he encourages Tidy to ruin prom for the popular people. Because remember, Isaac, if you're a popular douchebag in high school, you're a popular douchebag for life. Because high school defines who you are forever. That is the theme of Fuck the Prom.
That is the exact opposite of what the real theme should be.
So it's revealed that Dad is the one who did the thing to Maddie's parents. So Dad is the impetus for this entire movie.
Come on, Larry. No, that's too stupid.
He says prom was the highlight of his life, and he bought the house next to Maddie's parents so that he could continue to torture them.
What?
He claims the reason he's the way he is because nobody sabotaged his prom. He's a victim.
What the fuck is happening?
He says those fucking words and follows them up with this. And this is where I really deeply regretted not giving this to you first. Because the notes that follow this line, I write myself notes in my notes because I'm an insane person. My notes are, let that line settle in for a minute. Dad says the words. He gets super like an inch away from Tidy's face and says, if someone had ruined my prom, I'd be much less of an asshole. We'd live in a nicer house. And your mom wouldn't have abandoned you.
Holy shit.
Your mom wouldn't have abandoned you. Destroy that prom, you'll be doing everyone a huge favor.
This movie is evil.
This movie has pure evil characters in it.
Wow, I'm floored.
Your mom wouldn't have abandoned you. The only time he mentions how he's divorced once earlier, very, very briefly. But if the reason Tidy's mother abandoned him is because no one destroyed his father's prom. Prom is that important, kids. Don't forget to go to prom. And remember, if you're a loser, you're going to fucking die alone. And we're going to laugh. I was prom king. I say this with authority. I ruled over a teeming mass of humanity for one brief moment. Brief moment, my impotent little dick was hard for the first and last time. It's not true.
It's forever changed your life, right? No. Everything about your life is different because of prom.
Yeah, totally, for sure. I think about it every day. Whereas halfway through watching this movie, I had the thought, oh yeah, I was prom king. That'll be fun to talk about.
Oh my god.
All right, so guess what still hasn't happened in this movie called Fuck the Prom? The prom! We're at the longest episode yet, and I haven't got to the prom yet. I'm so sorry. I did not think it would take this long. I'm the worst human. Please forgive me.
I picked the movie for you. I should be apologizing to you, but I'm not going to.
My only regret is I didn't give this to you, because you would hate it even worse than I did.
Yeah, I snuck it in on you. Thank God, because I don't. As much as I hated Perfect Sisters, this sounds like it would have been worse.
Perfect Sisters at least had like something to latch onto. This is just utter trash and pure evil.
Yeah.
Everyone at prom is having a grand old time except for Tidy. The principal welcomes them to the best night of your lives and reminds them to, and I quote, wear a condom or pull out, whatever. Because remember, kids, safe sex is just, do it if you can, but otherwise, just get your dick up in somebody. Get up in them guts. Or get your pussies up on them. I'm going to stop. So,
sexual advice from Mr. Beard.
Don't make that a regular segment. I'll make that a regular segment if you make Pedophile Corner a regular segment.
Ooh. I'll have to mull that one over.
So
I'll have to ask the kids in the basement.
The fuckers go over their plans. They want to give up without Maddie there, but Tidy convinces them to go through with it because Vengeance gives his PP the good stuff. But everybody leaves, but Muty and Sweat stick around. They're in a kitchen. Muty and Sweat stick around, and they give each other the knowing glance, and it shows them they're using technology to fuck with everything. They're fucking with the voting, and they turn all the votes from Marissa over to Maddie, so they have plans of their own. Those goddamn motherfuckers, trademark. So Sweats then poisons Marissa's punch, and before you ask, Isaac, no, it's not a roofie. So close.
I make a lot of assumptions.
So close. No, it's shitting poison. She shits her brains out.
Okay.
Now I've had 2 movies with roofies and 2 movies with excessive shitting. So, still a trend is a trend. Strings the Jew and Tig the half Jew. They're setting up something in a photo booth, and she encourages him to look at her Tigs, which is astonishingly the most normal thing that happens at this prom because, there's a lot of that going on. So they're the most normal couple in this movie. The fuckers send a bunch of pictures of hot guys to the basketball team that turned on TJ, making them all think they're gay. And then in a similar move, but I don't understand this one, they send to the gay guys that rejected TJ for being too straight, they send them all a bunch of pictures of Donald Trump, and then they're all accused each other of being straight?
What?
I don't know. I mean, Donald Trump, he's a piece of shit, but is he particularly associated with straightness that in a way that would make gay men question the sexuality of fellow gay men?
I guess because he's so ugly, you would never want to fuck a man again? I guess that's the joke?
I don't know. I really struggle with that one. And it kind of looks like he's making, like, hand motions, like he's got a little dick. Like, you've seen Trump pictures. They're all over the goddamn internet. So I don't know. I missed the joke there, but it was... I thought maybe it was something I just didn't know. I don't know. Whatever. Donald Trump turns gay men straight. You heard it here. Dateline, Val's FX. Donald Trump turns gay men straight. Hudson Proxy. So yeah, we get a slideshow that's been altered because they show slideshows at prom apparently, and goddamn, does this movie take place in the 50s? I can't tell. How could it take place in the 50s if there's Instagram? We see embarrassing photos of some of the villains. Strings does one of the guy who messed up Tig's life with the picture. He photoshops a picture of him with his dick out, and the joke is that it's a tiny dick, and then Tiggs thanks him and informs him he's going to be arrested for distributing porn, which he then promptly is. So the principal and a cop walk on screen and arrest him and walk off with him. And okay.
Yeah, that's the response time normally.
Yeah, the Queen and King are being decided. Stuffs pulls Kane aside to berate him because he's not an asshole. He just pretends he's an asshole, even though Kane has been nothing but an asshole this entire movie. I think there's another plot where Kane is like the protagonist of the film, and they change. I don't know. It's really weird. So Stuffs saves him from like being hit by the trap that she knows is about to be sprung. Oh, God. The King and Queen are Maddie and Kane because of course they are. So Tidy freaks out because it was supposed to be Marissa, not Maddie. But the fuckers decide they know best and they're running the show now. And they take the reins and they spring the trap, which is tarring and feathering her, which is oddly dark. It seems like it was.
Yeah.
These are like tax collectors and shit. So it also Maddie is on the stage giving the speech underneath the tar and feather trap. The one that she knows about. That she knows is going to happen, the one that she helped design, the one that she put there, the one that she knows is going to be sprung because she was the one who created the plan, and she knows that they're there because all the other stuff for the plan has happened, and she knows that it was supposed to be Marissa because it was her plan, but she forgets because she wants to be prom queen so badly. She forgets about her own plan.
Oh, Larry, your suffering is so delightful.
So Sweats pulls the fire alarm and the sprinklers ruin everybody's clothes. The school runs out into the street and Maddie confronts Tidy and she calls him out because he's a loser and he blamed it on her and he says, no, you made me into a loser. It's dumb. I don't care. So then Marissa pulls down Tidy's pants, revealing astonishingly that he's still wearing tidy whities.
Get the fuck out of here. How would that...
Why? I mean, you gotta think someone's pulled down his pants in the last 4 years. If it happened to him in the first 10 seconds, surprised he hasn't been molested.
Man, I'm full of this movie.
So we get my favorite shot of the whole movie, and I'm not being glib here. I'm totally serious. I really like this. So he has his pants pulled down, and everybody's laughing at him. And the rest of the fuckers, the gang, they, like, wordlessly, they're in different parts of the crowd. They don't say anything. They just run up and form a human shield around him so that his shame is covered. No, so, like, because he's in his underwear. And I actually really like that. Like, I like that a lot. Like, because they haven't been friends for more than, like, 2 weeks, except for him and Stuffs. But they all, and, they were just fighting about Maddie, like, 10 minutes ago. But their friend is in trouble and everyone's laughing at him and they band together and form a literal human shield. And I thought that was really awesome. I watched that scene like 5 times. It's a completely like 10-second throwaway scene, but I was really cool. I was like something like awesome about that.
I'm okay with the camaraderie there, but I feel like it would take less time to pull your pants up than to have a human shield form around you.
Well, I mean, it's obviously. Well, he doesn't ever pull his pants back up. I mean,
He just stands there like a doofus.
Yeah, he did that
Fucking
at the beginning
Tidy.
of the movie, too.
What a fucking nerd.
Yeah,
Fuck Tidy.
He's the fucking worst. No wonder he's not prom king. But no, I really like that. Like, worthy enough to mention it because, I don't know, I like acts of camaraderie like that. I think that's a valuable one because I don't have a great family life. I really value my friendships, so that really kind of touched me. So anyway, Tidy, he walks out of his pants, he doesn't pull them back up. He gets up on a proverbial soapbox to deliver the big ending speech all these shitty movies have to have. Long and short of it, it's basic. I'm not going to go through all the particulars, but he fixes everybody's problems with a speech that even a dimwit could figure out. Being popular isn't nice. Being a jerk isn't nice. Prom is the reason for all of it. Prom is what did this. Fuck the prom. Like, Muty breaks his silence and shouts, fuck the prom. And then all the fuckers are shouting, fuck the prom, which leads to a chant of, fuck the prom by everybody. I want you to guess what happens next.
The principal runs out and is distraught.
Continue the prom! In the parking lot, the prom continues. Changing the theme of your prom does not constitute growth. You fucking dickholes.
That's how Larry broke his desk, Your Honor.
That's how I broke the recording.
Oh, God.
Tig makes out with Strings as he's being arrested, and he's told he's going to be in the sex offender list for the rest of his life. He says it's worth it.
Seriously.
Marissa is not a bitch for 5 seconds, then goes right back to being a bitch and bitches on out of the movie. Kane and Stuffs dance, and I guess they're back together again because Kane is a good guy deep down, don't forget, because that all happened off screen, but he's a good guy, don't forget. He gave her rubber bands when they were kids because she liked to play with rubber bands. That's his redemption. Maddie tries to talk to Tidy about the things he said, but he isn't having it, and he just pimps out. He goes home and rips up his art show entry because art school now doesn't matter because prom? I don't know.
What?
So the next day in school, Maddie's reusing a hairstyle, meaning she's not popular anymore because she used one of her hairstyles twice. She goes to sit down with the fuckers who, all animosity betwixt the two groups, totally forgiven. She's over them tar and feathering her, and they're like, hey, you're our friend again. Tidy won't have it. He fucks off. He doesn't want to talk to her anymore. He doesn't want anything to do with her. We get to graduation. Everybody graduates, astonishingly. Tidy gets into art school, and he's leaving right away. He bids farewell to Stuffs and the rest of the fuckers, trademark. Maddie tries to come over and talk to him, and then Stuffs reveals that Maddie's the one who got him into art school by submitting the work behind his back. So she got him into art school.
But
finally,
he never questioned how he got into art school till now?
No, he didn't. He's to the point where he's when Stuffs tells him that, he's like, well, nobody told me.
For fuck's sake.
Isaac, do you know that I got into Harvard?
Yeah, I submitted stuff for you.
You did? Oh, I just assumed it was that fortune cookie that said you will get a windfall soon. All right, this episode's so long. Finally, last scene. He thanks her, Maddie, Cole, Tidy, whatever. He goes to Maddie. He thanks her. He's written her a graphic novel. They make up. They make out. They say they love one another, but they ultimately decide not to actually date, which I like that part because that is mature. That's maturity because he says everything moved too fast. They're going to different colleges. You know, it wouldn't really be healthy. Okay, kudos. You know what? Fine. Non-cliche ending there. They don't just fall in love and live happily ever after like everyone else in the movie did. Okay, fine. You saved that 1% of it for me in the last minute. Because I don't think they know the definition of the word love as teenagers. I think you're incapable. I really do.
I don't think they know the definition to a lot of words.
Yeah.
Possibly pidge.
Yeah, but like that's my issue with romance movies. Like The Notebook, for example. There's a lot of happy endings that are very undeserved and very then not accurate and not realistic in any way and gives people a bad view of it. This, at least, for everything it got wrong, I think it got that right. So, you know what? Kudos there. So they ride their bikey wakies into the sunset, and the movie ends, and thank the fucking Lord.
Oh, boy. Well, that was a treat. Oh, my God.
No, it wasn't. How could I have so little to talk about and then talk so much about it?
It's a fascinating movie.
I really don't understand. I mean, what the fuck?
It's really swinging all over with the morals, too, and doesn't land anywhere. It's weird.
Yeah, they clearly had some kind of idea in mind for, like, a good ending to this. Drop my phone. But it just doesn't ever get off the ground, and they have these storylines that are all complicated that we don't need. They don't add anything for characters that don't matter. Just, god damn it. The music is generic and shitty.
What was your overall impression of the budget? Like, was it filmed well and edited properly?
Yeah, we didn't go over that in the beginning. I got distracted by the Fine Brothers. Yeah, it was fine. Quality-wise, it was pretty average.
A professionally made movie.
Yeah, like it wasn't done on shitty or anything.
All right, that helps.
I can't see any of the... Yeah, it doesn't have any of the specifications or anything.
Yeah, a lot of the direct-to-streaming things these days don't really have their budgets available.
Mm-hmm. And this was done by... Yeah, this is the first movie by those Fine Brother Entertainment folks, the YouTube channel, so...
We'll have to stay tuned for their upcoming features.
Yeah. My voice is completely shot from the talking and the screaming.
Oh, man. I feel like you screamed not nearly as much as you could have, so I'm proud of you there.
No,
Larry.
I think
you
it was
held
the
it in.
correct amount of screaming.
I probably would have screamed a lot more if I had reviewed this movie. And again, I dodged a bullet. I'm so grateful.
You really did.
Oh, God. Well, I may have dodged this bullet, but next week I have an interesting movie, to say the least. I don't know how it compares to this one, but it is called Yoga Hosers.
Yoga Hosers.
Directed by a famous director, Mr. Kevin Smith. So that's going to be interesting.
This is part of the, I think it's called the Great North Trilogy. So much like Grand Mossy, this is a middle, but again, this is it's very similar to Grand Mossy. Some characters that cross over, but nothing else.
Yeah, it's...
Because I have seen the first movie in that trilogy. Now I've made you watch the second.
I'll let you know all about the second. It's a ride. But that you can stay tuned for that next week. That'll be episode 6, Yoga Hosers.
We have a lot of things to talk about in that week too, because you have a lot of history with Nazis we have to talk about.
I'm sorry, I missed that again.
We have a lot of things to talk about in that movie because you have a lot of history with Nazis we have to talk about.
Oh yeah, well, I want to say I have a history with Nazis, but I also want to be careful about saying that.
Yeah, you've also seen a lot of Nazi movies too.
Exactly. Shut up, Beard. Don't make me sound like a Nazi. Oh my god. All right, so if you want, you could find us on the internet. We have an Instagram at F the Prom.
It's hashtag F the Prom. That's in the movie.
Oh, sorry. We have Twitter and Facebook. Those are both at Bowels of Netflix. If you want to send us an email, that's bowelsofnetflix@gmail.com. That's bowels, B-O-W-E-L-S, not bowls, B-O-W-L-S. Don't fuck that up. We're tired of getting emails to the wrong address.
Yeah.
So send us a line. Poke us on Facebook.
There are 0 emails for Bowels of Netflix, and there's 744 emails for Bowls of Netflix.
746. You gotta hit refresh, Larry.
Oh my god, are you serious? There's 2 more penis enlargements. And they're not even from a company. They're from just people who want to help me enlarge my penis.
They can just hear in your voice how small it is.
I'm talking to you, Jim from Idaho.
Stick to potatoes, Jim, you fucking twat.
Yar, I'll be seeing you for them potatoes soon.
Oh, I love latkes made out of fresh Idaho potatoes. Oh, boy. My Jew's getting pretty weird, man.
Keep it down, First Mate Kamji. We'll be getting your ring to Mordor soon enough. First, we gotta fix the potato farming. I'm gonna shaft these characters into wherever I can, man.
Oh, it's a good team. That's the movie we need to write.
Yeah, we gotta do that. We gotta bring back Frankie and Oliver too.
It's too good. All right, well, I think that's it for tonight. Any closing thoughts on F the Prom?
Fuck the prom and fuck you.
I can live with that.
Yeah,
all right.
No, I've said all I had to say and way too much more.
Well, thanks for listening, and we will see you next week.
Take care, folks. And remember, if your mom abandoned you, it's because of your prom.